Ah, hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site-42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 4 months and counting, because that's right, the daily stream streak remains strong, I am here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we all call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next approximately 1 hour and 10 minutes for today's coffee break. But before we get into general Q&A, as well as our streamed subject, allow me to start with a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, Mamori. Congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, Sleepless Dragon, Rosemary, T-Dubs, Kitty Fly, Silent Follower. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site-42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns Mr. Ant, Intern Watson Lulls, Cerulink, Emo-G, Vitos, Songs Blue, Truth 360, Site 96, Ya Local Bean, Jake Kaizen, Shade 2, Frog the Froggy, and Eros Star. Thank you, interns, for being here punctually, and thank you for being here, interns, just for being you. Now, today's stream is sponsored by us here at Site-42, and your second attempt to hit what I have deemed the arbitrary Super Chat goal. Now, the other day we attempted this. I'm going to set what might be a more achievable goal. We shall see. And so I'm going to give you till the end of stream to reach 30 Super Chats of a teal value or higher. That is $5 American. And if you successfully reach that goal, then once again you have the opportunity. Dr. Sherman will wear the donut costume for the rest of stream. Goal created. I will not give you any context on the donut costume, except that there is a donut costume. If you want to know more, you can hit the goal for the donut costume. It's not a requirement. It's just a fun bonus goal for today's discussion. Now, for today's stream subject. Sometimes it is known that when we have a coffee break, when there's no big news in the community, sometimes I just like to blind myself with the frickin' wiki. Give me a moment. Sheesh. I'll go back to that in a second. It is known that when I don't have anything of particular importance to speak to you about, I like to hit the random SCP button and see what comes up. And today, the random SCP button brought us to SCP-4476. Codename La Famille Natau. Or Natau. Natau. I don't know. I didn't study this anomaly in person. I don't know how they pronounce that. I don't know Creole. But suffice it to say, SCP-4476 is a congregation, a small isolated family of SARKICS living in an exclusion zone we have set up. Mobile Task Force Beta 2, the BAYOU boys, patrol the area to prevent outside intrusion. This is a SARKIC cult with the fetus-in-fetus style pregnancies. They are up to all sorts of fleshy weirdness. But one of our consultants is trying to communicate with them. It is a fairly short article, but it is pretty darn good. And so I want to give you the opportunity to research into SCP-4476 if you are an enjoyer of SARKICS, Cajun culture, or the group of interest / location of interest 504 La Rue Macabre, which is an anomalous free port accessible by taking the left on foot off of Decatur Street next to Jackson Square onto Morgan. Blah, 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 blah. It is another anomalous settlement city area similar to Three Portlands. It is Cajun Three Portlands. I'm going to call it that with literally no research, but I am entertained at the concept. So, SCP-4476 interacting with La Rue Macabre. Please feel free to investigate at your leisure. Intern Journey of Games. All of this that I am saying is en français, or Cajun French. So, simple subject, and now that I'm at the end of it, we can have a greeting from Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, who is getting kind of hefty to lift with one hand, if I'm being honest.
She just had breakfast.
She just had breakfast. Okay, so she's heftier right now. So Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, is here to say hello. Does she get a snack after breakfast?
She may have a little breakfast treat.
She can have a little breakfast treat on behalf of the Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat. Look at that. You get breakfast and treats. You are so well taken care of and loved. And Agent Charlemagne is also here to say hello. They are friends. Hello, Agent Charlemagne.
Attention.
All right, Containment Hazard Assessment Team, have you had enough of puppy and cat time? I'm sure you haven't. And yet, freedom for the babies, regardless.
No Dr. Chair for you guys.
Intern Emoji, please do not ship the siblings. That's weird. Intern TN and Intern Sonic, welcome to Site-42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Chadlab, thank you for sending an UNC alert to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I am certain they will keep an eye out for any UNCs now that they've been alerted. T-Dubs, thank you for your 6 months as a Level 1 researcher here at Site-42. We appreciate your membership and your service. I believe in you, chat. Let's do this. Yes, we will see if this $35 or greater donation goal is reached for the donut costume. If not, no big deal. We'll try again in the future. No pressure, no biggie. It is only the pressure of how much you want to see Dr. Sherman don the costume of donuts. 053 the Kid, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some biscuits on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, code redacted. Please send server booster. Interesting. Well, let me see if we have any on track in inventory. I do believe we have one available. What is your current location? So we can get that sent your way. Amber, thank you for sending a floating heart to the chat. I'm sure they appreciate the floating heart. Rosemary, thank you for sending sparkles to the chat. I'm sure they appreciate the glitter bomb. Journey of Games asks, is this like a fun thing or do you actually need the money? We are playing with the new feature that YouTube has assigned us as of just a couple of days ago. This is a new feature YouTube has introduced, and we are test running it with the chat. And so it is just for funsies, although, as a reminder, viewers like you are how Site42 stays afloat both for myself and my Site42 staff such as Desk, Agent Goose, and Synthetic Alien, our editor. So, we do always appreciate your donations. They help us to do bigger and better projects, travel, field missions, and to support other creators in the community as well. And so, there's never pressure to donate. You can always donate as a member, donate your time and effort as a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters, by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, doing things in the algorithm to boost us. But if you can't afford to donate, we appreciate it. It helps us out. O53 the Kid, thank you for donating again to say. Site 15 or 11 depends on which dimension. Well, I need a little more specification for what it is in the dimension I'm sending it to you from. Dr. A. Mask, thank you for sending a makeup brush to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will keep it cute and savage. Hey, Dr. Sherman, how would you contain the phenomenon of dark fountains from Deltarune? Intern Evans, the key to containing dark fountains is in making sure no one knows how to open them in the first place. You have to create a disinformation campaign to make sure that no one knows that if you have enough determination and you stab the ground, then you can open a dark fountain. If no one knows they can do it, they won't make them. Now, if we do find people who are making them, if it's on purpose, we can contain them and stop them from doing so. Don't give them sharp objects. If they did it by accident, say they just tripped and stabbed the ground with some scissors by accident, we can amnesticize them and let them be free. Hey, Dr. Sherman, what's your opinion on people shipping SCP-035 and SCP-049? Intern Coulomb, I do not appreciate anyone shipping any anomalies, because that means that you are imagining them with feelings. You're imagining them not as objects to be studied, but as living, breathing people who deserve love. SCPs in containment do not deserve love. They deserve research. You start empathizing with anomalies, then you start feeling bad for them, and then you want to release them or have dates with them. Stop it. They are objects, not people. Stick to protocol. Can SCP-173 break your neck if you are lying down? Intern Shaji. I do believe, A, that because SCP-173's neck breaks are telekinetic and not physical, it does not matter if you are lying on the ground or not. Furthermore, I do imagine that 173 could just slide up to you and do a hecking curb stomp. So at the end of the day, yes. Intern Brooks, what if Light Yagami wrote an SCP in the Death Note? Well, that would be imperative on does Light Yagami know the name of the SCP? For instance, if you wrote SCP-049 in the Death Note, the Plague Doctor would not die because SCP-049 is not its name, is its designation as an SCP. You would have to know the anomaly's actual name to make that happen. So, I would assume, such as Iris Thompson, SCP-105, because we do know the anomaly's name, and if Light Yagami could figure that out and write down the name, it would function just fine in killing the anomaly. So let's not give this Light Yagami any names of anomalies we have in containment, because then we couldn't study them anymore because they'd be decommissioned. Blue Phantom, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. And congratulations on being the first teal, trying to get everybody to the donut costume goal. Grab yourself a cronut on your way past the commissary. How is the desk today and the pets of interest? Also, 999 is trying to get a soda from one of the interstate. I must assume you meant interns. Unless SCP-999 is driving down the road to the gas station to get a soda and using the interstate to do so. Suffice it to say, recontain SCP-999 and do not give it soda. Meanwhile, I assume desk is doing well. We will see. And the pets of interest are doing well. They just had brekkie. Intern Furries, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. And hey, it has been a while. Hope you've been doing well. Also, grab yourself a lemon-filled donut on your way past the commissary. Hi, Doc. I found a 4-foot fox humanoid that has a 7-foot tail. The tail has a pocket dimension only they can access and doubles the objects inside per day. What class would it be? So, I would say, well, first and foremost, 4-foot fox humanoid starts at Euclid easily because the anomaly could attempt to escape if it wanted to. Can the pocket dimension empty out anywhere else? Or is it like a bag of holding, where you can go into the bag of holding, but it has to come out where it is? Because it seems like you can't... If it can go fully into its own pocket dimension as a form of teleportation, it would be a Keter for sure. It could also end up as a Keter if it has access to objects that it could double to the point of breaching containment just by a volume of things, unless it was crushed to death. I'm going to say probably a Keter, actually, because it is only doubles inside per day. So it would take a while if we didn't give the anomaly objects for it to double. Silent Follower, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. I do not like how rapidly you guys are getting close to this donut costume goal. I gave you a small making it easier, but I did not imagine you guys would actually work your way to succeeding. I need you to slow down. Stream has approximately 55 minutes left. Let's just chill on the whole donut costume goal reaching thing, please. Blue Phantom. Right as I say, slow down at 2. Silent Follower says, gonna eat my lunch and cuddle with my cat. Appreciate, plus love your face, bye. Well, you enjoy those cat cuddles and that nourishment. So, take care of yourself, have good vibes, and we'll be here when you're ready for us to be here. Dr. A. Mask, thank you for donating again to say, hey, Doc, sorry I'm late. Got given a crappy laptop for my current field assignment. Oh, yeah, I cannot convince the overseers that we need recent technology. I just got chastised by Dr. Sumerian, the ethics committee liaison, just the other day for, you'll grin and bear your terribly slow computer. It's very frustrating. We really need higher budget tech around here. Hey, Doc, sorry I'm late. Got given a crappy laptop. That's what we said. God, I hate 85's HR department. Good vibes from Site 85. Oof, you don't like the HR department being sourpusses. That's not a good vibe for an HR department. Yusavar, thank you for sending 5 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, making them a 5-star team. We appreciate your awarding the chat for their good behavior and actions. Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again to say, how would we contain Jeff the Shark? Also, no Shark Punching Center. Jeff is too nice for the Shark Punching Center to harm it. So, Jeff the Land Shark. Could we put it in water? Now I could probably go to the bottom of the water and then run around on the land. We would have to make a metal box that goes under the land and... well, no, it just have to be a box. It would just have to be a box. Because the box would not be land. Unless the box counts as land. Does the box count as land? I don't know the abilities of Jeff the Land Shark. I've only seen Jeff the Land Shark in Marvel Rivals footage. I don't know what that anomaly does. Let me pull up Jeff the Land Shark. Oh, nope, I've already got it. We need to put Jeff the Land Shark in an anti-grav bubble. The anti-grav bubble will keep it in a neutral position where it can't go diving. Done! Yes. Great success. I am a very good containment specialist. You're welcome. Intern Furries, thank you for donating again to say, it seems to function like a bag of holding. They want to help me with the workshop, but they do have guns and seems to hate the Global Occult Coalition like I do. Well, hating the Global Occult Coalition is a vibe that we appreciate. Very good. Now, we would have to run some tests on them. Make sure, also research tests, but also loyalty tests. Make sure the anomaly is willing to work with the Foundation without causing a problem. So, we'll look into it. We have to do an entrance interview. Intern Billfred, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Oh my god, you guys are at a third of the goal. You're doing this much faster than you did last time. I'm a little... I made this plan because I did not think you would succeed. Slow down. Slow your roll, chat. Bilfred, grab yourself a bear claw on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, question. Is it in the Foundation's interest to terminate SCP-4666? I am led to believe this by some of the 4666 tales on the site. I figured I'd ask. 4666 causes a lot of trouble for the Veil, and so it is an anomaly that if we could terminate it, it is likely a lot of the Foundation would be on board. There are still some among us who say that destroying anomalies is not okay, it's not in our mission statement, and we could feasibly keep cleaning up the murder scenes and collecting the child flesh and bone toys. So, it's a tricky subject within the Foundation, but I do believe there's at least a large contingent who would like the anomaly decommissioned. Both for moral and containment of the Veil purposes. T-Dubs, thank you for donating again to say, chat will not slow down. You will be wearing the donut costume, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. The donut goal will be achieved. Well, with a current 50 minutes left in stream, and we've been streaming for 25 minutes, it seems possible, but I'm not sure. Possible, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Dr. A. Mass, thank you for sending a treat to the chat. I'm sure they appreciated it. Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again, just to send a evil smiley face. Okay, you're at 11 out of 30. I'm not worried yet. Dr. A. Mass, thank you for sending a second treat to the chat. Double treats. You must have done something well today, chat. Amber, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a lemon bar on your way past the commissary. I got nothing contributing to the cause. Thank you. I mean, actually for your donation, thank you, but for the cause, thank you. Intern Daniel, thank you for sending 10 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team, meaning they get 2, count them, 2 prestige ranks, and yet are still a 5-star team. That's excellent work, chat. Coolman Fight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a cinnamon roll on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, I got the Spain action after report. It was just a person that misspoke on the phone. It was just a standard large spider that belongs in Spain. And we just need your rubber stamp on the report. Well, I'm not a huge fan of just regular spiders, so I hope it was squished. I will stamp that report. Intern Crow with a Backpack, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again to say, Jeff stole a bunch of stuff from the collector, and his desk said Jeff has the Toon Force, so the anti-grav bubble probably won't work. Toon Force? So then we might have to involve either pataphysics or the name of that department that I can never remember. Toon Force Containment. It starts with an A. I forget the name of the department. I'm checking the chat to see if anyone knows what I'm talking about when it comes to the A starting letter department that handles Toon Force entities. I guess I'll check the Foundation department list. Hopefully they're alphabetized to make my life easier. Alchemy, Anomalous Entity Engagement Division, Department of Anomalous Weapons Development, Anti-Memetics, Archival, Artificial Intelligence Applications Division. Nope, not there. Alright, let's go to the comprehensive page and see what we can find. Mobile Task Forces, Esoteric, Foundation Facilities, Location of Interest Fronts, Person of Interest, Foundation Bots, Foundation Technology. No, okay, skip those. Admin, Database, Research and Containment. Abrahamic Division, Actuality, Alchemy, Amnestics, Analytics, Anomalous Broadcasting. Hey, that's me. Anomalous Childcare, Anomalous Chronology, Anomalous Crimes, Anomalous Entity Engagement Division, Anomalous Humanoid Psychology, Anomalous Locations, Anomalous Ontology, Anomalous Programming, Antediluvian Research, Anthropology, Anti-Memetics. I didn't know we had a division for that. Antiquity, Apiary, Applied Horology, Patapsychology. Aquatic anomalies. Archaeology. Architectural. Archetypals. Artificial intelligence application division. Artistic anomalies. No. Astronomy. Astrophysics. Atypical avian. Alright, we're down to the B's. Let me come back up to the top here. Open everything. And do a search for tune. No department. Alright, I'm not finding anything. I know we had a department for this. It's starting to annoy me. Alright. Department, no. No, I'm not going to default to pataphysics. There's a better one. We actually have a team for this. I just have to find them. It starts with like an AE. Hold on a second. I think I saw out of the corner of my eye while I was looking at the chat a second ago. I come back here. But a dream cannon from DJ. That's what I was looking for. I feel as if they had something to do here. This tune shit has been a logistical nightmare. That's referring to SCP-8060, codenamed Toontown. SCP-433 is the site dealing with Toontown. That is a list of SCPs. Information. Department. Not on that page. Not on that page. Oh, wait. Content warnings, future canon, locations, character roster. Floorboards would say some good examples of canon series that interact really well with But a Dream canon are the Trash Fire and the Department of Unreality. It's not Unreality. I swear DJ has told me about this in the past. And it starts with the letters AE. At least that's what's stuck in my head as the craw stuck. Is he speaking to himself? Intern Vitos, what I'm doing right now is I am doing a practice called improvisational speech and train of thought chasing. This is what you do as a streamer or improv actor to just keep conversation going so things don't come to a stop. It also turns out to be very useful in video game Q&A testing because the researchers want to know what you're thinking as you're playing. So if you just get used to yapping and turning off your filter and keep talking, then you're not sitting there silently with everyone curious as what's going on. You're at least yapping about something. And so I'm trying to talk to you guys and talk out my thought process, and maybe I'll ring a bell for someone in the chat who will also remember this AE starting department, and then we will get the moment of success. Also, he's crazy. Desk, I am not crazy. Do you see me in a rubber room with rats? No. I'm fine. I'm just upset because I can't think about the name of this department. Alright, I'm going back to the department page. SCP Foundation Departments. And I'm going to open up the whole comprehensive list. And then I'm going to search for the letters AE in a row, because that's actually kind of a uncommon combination of letters. And so anything with an AE should come up and help me out. Control F, AE. It's actually an aileron roll. Shut up. The 6th Order of Praetorian Service. That's a no. Alchemy Department deals with etheric forces. That's a no. Archaeology is taking up 3 of my answers. Darn them. Exoarchaeology. Damn it, that's just more archaeology. And the Department of Exoarchaeology takes the last 3. So, no, whatever I'm thinking of does not start with an AE, or it's not listed here. Damn it! Am I going to fail to find my answer? Has the site director been flummoxed by the database? Because there's no Toon Department. Toon Town does not seem to be the answer I'm looking for. But a dream was the closest thing I remember to it existing. Incident 8060 Alk. Societown. Physical and mental abnormalities. No departments in this article. So toony. Department on the 2nd. Nope. No departments in the 2nd log. Wow, this one's a lot longer. There's more! And yet there is nothing. Oh, wow. SCP-8060 gets hella grim. Wow. Oh. I am being traumatized by proxy as I'd simply scroll through this article. Be careful with SCP-8060. Jeez. Alright. The site director surrenders. I'm just gonna give it to... I'm gonna give Jeff the Landshark to Site 433 to deal with that toon shit. And I can't believe I can't find this team. I'm so annoyed. Alright, I'm returning to chat and I'm catching up. Intern Furries, who I did just see became a member again, so thank you for becoming a researcher again, Researcher Furries. With the rise of anthrolike anomalies, I'm formally requesting to found Anomalous Logistics Team Delta 42 Furball Foundry to help provide Site 42 with a renewable supply chain. Also, I got a budget. Alright, give me the paperwork, give me the budget. The amount of furries, especially dragons, at Site 42 is quite worrying. So yes, I could use someone to round that all up. If you are volunteering for the task, give me your proposal. Oh, Jiminy sakes. You guys are at 20 of 30 on the frickin' goal. Listen, I'll have you know right now, due to a scenario with my cover job, we should have been ending at 12, but I was able to end it at 12:30 instead. My time, which means 30 minutes remaining. So you still have 30 minutes to fulfill this goal, and the sooner you do, the longer I have to wear that accursed costume. But now I'm starting to get annoyed that you are getting to the point of doing so. I was not expecting this. I even have an extra 30 minutes that I wasn't expecting. This is not... The stars are not aligning for me. You don't have to fulfill the goal, you know. You can't just leave it. Dr. A. Mask, thank you for donating again to say, God, this PC is only good for editing documents, and they say this was a gaming PC. Anyway, come on, chat, I want to see Dr. Sherman in the donut. That's not necessary. Don't listen to Dr. A. Mask. It is not... That donut costume will be on the next Fan Art Friday, Dr. Sherman. Not if you don't succeed at the goal, because then you won't know what it looks like. You can use your imagination, sure, but that doesn't count. T-Dubs, thank you for donating again to say, SCP-008-J gave me $5. I know the perfect use for it. We're halfway there, Dr. Sherman. Are you worried about the donut yet? Wow, I must be very behind in these to only be at the halfway mark. And also, Jeff? At 2, Jeff? Betrayal? You broke into the site just for that? I thought we were bros. Intern Neighbor, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Frito chili pie on your way past the commissary. Are you still frustrated with the screamless tree? Of course I am. It only screamed for one anomaly, that abomination that we don't talk about. And so we needed to scream for something that's not terrible. We need it to successfully scream for something reasonable. Alright, it seems I'm caught up on the donos as far as they are right now. Huh. Oh no, the thing refreshed. So... there we go. Now I'm seeing the donations I didn't see before, thanks to chat refreshing. Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again to say, Jeff is a cosmic, immeasurable powerhouse. After it stole from the collector, it had a whole list of powerful items, an infinity gauntlet. I forget about the other items, but in sort, I don't know if we could hold Jeff. Well, if anyone can do it, 433 can. I believe in them, that it's not my problem. Stupid toon shit. I just watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit again the other day. Brilliant movie if you haven't seen it. A marvel of animation and live action. Look up Bumping the Lamp if you're unfamiliar when it comes to Roger Rabbit. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say, as the Daleks would say, we extermination those spiders with some heavy flamers and incendiary grenade from 40mm grenade launcher Underarmen. Well, I'm glad to hear the spiders got what's coming to them. Violence. Dr. A. Bass, thank you for donating again to say, crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats. The rats make me crazy. Oh, see, yeah, you get it. Yeah, totally. Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again to say, I think we could have held Jeff before it ate the collector's collection. After, I don't think we can. Also, I try to summon Puppy of Interest 42 codenamed Charlie. Well, Charlie might be available. We'll just have to see if it worked. Sleepless Dragon, thank you for donating. I think that's your first one of the day as well as being a member, so grab yourself a fruit tart on the way past the commissary. And also, you didn't send a message. You're just donating for the donut costume. There's 30 minutes left in stream and you guys are only 8 away? What are you doing? You weren't supposed... I even took it down from 50 to 30 because I was so confident that you wouldn't pull it off. I should have put it at 50 again. Don't you dare take my kindness as weakness. Charlie 10 Pro, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some milk duds on your way past the commissary. Are there any Keter classes that are pacifist? Well, yes, remember, Keter only means very difficult to contain. It doesn't mean violent. Some of them are very peaceful, and yet damn near impossible to contain. Gamer, thank you for your 15 months as a Mobile Task Force Captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. I don't mean to be mean, but can I ask you a question that's been bothering me for a while? I just want to say I don't mean any offense by it. Is this something that should be brought up on stream, or is this something that should happen in a business email? Consider if this is a public-facing thing, or if this is something you want to discuss in private. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about your tone. This doesn't sound like RP, so let's say it for the sake, elaborate on kind of what we're going for here. Furries, thank you for donating again to say. Roger that, I already got a lot of volunteers. Seems when you treat anomalies that still have moral ethics well, they cooperate. Anyone can join. Yes. Moral effort, something like that. Oh, okay, gamer. Desk showed me your message in the back channels, and I will discuss this. So first of all, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. And grab yourself a maple bacon bar on your way past the commissary. So, yes, Desk, thank you for getting that in the back channels. I understand why you removed it just in case, but I will address this. So, Gamer wanted to ask, why is it that if somebody says Jesus loves you, you say that's off topic, ban them? But we also do Pride Month, no hate to Pride. I just want to know because I feel like that's off topic too. So, first and foremost, the Jesus loves you stuff is spam. It's because these chatters are not contributing to the conversation at all. They are just showing up to spam Jesus loves you with no care who we are. They don't want to talk to us. They don't care about the SCP Foundation. They are just spamming that, which is not cool. That is spam. They're hiding it behind the fact that it is a message that people should be agreeing with, but it's just spam. Now, secondarily, we do celebrate Pride Month because, I don't know if you were in the fandom back in 2018, damn near 10 years ago, but the SCP Wiki celebrated Pride Month, and we got assaulted, raided, all sorts of highly trash fire bullshit from the right-wing anti-woke community. And so specifically for Site-42, because I was there in the Reddit mines arguing in the comments about this issue, I have made it my personal point to support Pride Month and the LGBTQIA community through my Site-42 platform, as the SCP Foundation also supports the LGBTQIA community. Supporting endangered minorities is never off topic to me. Even though my author on a higher pataphysical narrative level than us is cishet, as a theater kid, he knows lots of LGBTQIA people and supports their rights to live their lives without being hassled, and being hassled specifically by the Jesus love you people, because the spammers Jesus love you, they don't actually care about you. They just spam Jesus loves you because they want you to convert to their cult, so to speak. And by convert, they mean you have to give up what makes you you. You can't be LGBTQIA and be part of their version of the Jesus loves you cult. Now, I should say my pataphysical narrative level, who grew up in the South in Florida and went to church as a youth, went to a church that was accepting of the LGBTQIA community, because they're good people, and that's what Jesus would do. But the Jesus loves you folk spammers are typically on the anti-LGBTQIA train, which is another reason I am going to go to bat against them and for Pride Month. Now, if you think that you don't need to worry about all this because it's all politics and you don't want to mess with it, that's fine for you. But then you should thank me for doing the politics on your behalf, because it is something that everyone should do at least a little of to make the world a better place for everyone to live in harmony and peace and good times. And you might not want to do it. You might not have the strength right now. Hey, maybe you're in a really bad position and you need to take care of yourself right now. I understand that. But me, in a very strong position, as a very large YouTuber with a lot of influence, it is what I see it as my duty, great power, responsibility, something I respect about that Spider-Man character, is that if I can act on the behalf of multiple people to strengthen the fight and give some of you the time to rest, then I'll do that gladly. Cishet white guy, full privilege. I'll take up the sword and the shield and defend so that some of you can get some goddamn rest. So that's why I handle the politics, so that some of you can get your breaks and then come back when you are better able. Now, I see that some of you have chosen to thank me by doing more and more teal donations, getting us only 3 away from the donut costume goal. 2 away! I'm gonna have to stop and go get the donut costume and then wear it for the rest of stream. I really should have set it to frickin' 50. My overconfidence will be the death of me. Gamer. Because you were nice about how you asked that, I did not be mean to you about your question. I assumed that you were coming from a place of good faith and curiosity. There are plenty of people who are on the wrong side of politics because they don't know better. And if I can educate them as to why, from the things I've seen, from the things I've studied, they could change their ways and do better for humanity as a whole, a lot of people do. And so, I don't get mad and angry at people unless they come at me mad and angry first. I try to do my best for that. So, yes, kindness in conversation is often much better a tool. Alright, let me try to catch up with these donations. And also, dear 5320, y'all are only 2 away from that goal. And there's like 23 minutes left in stream. I might have to wear it for 20 minutes depending on how long you guys do this. Amber, thank you for donating again to say. I was looking for the department too, but no luck. Sorry, Doc. Oops, I donated again. Yeah. Well, thank you for your help. And no thank you for your other help. I mean, again, thank you for the donation, but not for the help. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say. Dr. Sherman, we got some news from the Snyders and the Screamless Tree. The Snyders wouldn't lay eggs for 3 months, and the tree would scream if you donut. You think the tree will scream if I wear the donut costume? That seems highly unlikely. It might laugh, but I don't know if it'll scream. Son of a bitch. Okay. There's 30 of 30. I am now going to walk away, leave you with Dr. Chair for a moment, and I'm going to come back wearing the donut costume. And fine, here's your context. Dr. Chair, keep him entertained. There's your reward. This is what you wanted from your life. This is what your goals were. Okay. Since you've unlocked the donut costume, you've also unlocked the donut context. For those of you who are unaware, several years ago, my author, actor Sherman, was in a commercial for the Shmuel karaoke app. That karaoke app was humorous in two ways. Number one is they picked a song that was absolutely out of range for all of the singers, which means we sang terribly, and we were ruthlessly mocked on social media. Furthermore, oh, you made Puppy of Interest suffer
Matchy.
the donuts. Secondly, the conceit of the ad is there were 4 pretty women in a hot tub, and then dorky Sherman actor shows up wearing a donut floaty and asks to join them. This video is still available, and I'm sure people will be sharing links in the Site42 Discord server after this stream. But following this terrible commercial, I ended up being gifted so many donut-related merchandises, which, after being horribly embarrassed and mocked about the singing, was kind of resentful. Now, multiple years in the future, I can laugh about this. But the donuts haunt me. And they continue to haunt me, apparently. Are you, what are you doing? Are you taking pictures of this? Okay, you're just watching it on stream.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Joe Jonas can't hit those high notes either, don't worry.
All right. Here you go, Puppy of Interest 42. I see that Desk is making a side bet in the chat. $50 dono, and I post the link here. All right, well, if one person donates $50, Desk is offering to put the link to the donut video in the chat. Thanks, Desk. All right, I apparently have 17 minutes left in stream to catch up on the donations while wearing a donut costume. Great. Charlie 10 Pro, thank you for donating again to say, donuts. Very Homer Simpsonian of you. Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again to say, don't test us, we are chat and we will cause chaos to see the donut costume. Apparently, you were correct. Intern That Guy, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Karsith Ithaca, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a Stroop waffle on your way past the commissary. Grand Karsus Ion says trans rights, be who you are inside. I am reluctant to agree with the Grand Karsist about anything, but at least on that we agree. Also, don't forget to check out SCP-4476, our Creole SARKIC SCP subject of the day. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say, warning, warning, warning. Dr. Sherman, another report of some unreasonably large spiders in the Midwest of the USA. We need those Hemi flavors back. We'll get them. I don't want any giant spiders.
I just sent Desk a picture of your donut shrine of shame.
The Donut Shrine of Shame.
Yes.
Why did you send Desk the Donut Shrine of Shame?
I think that if they donate enough to get the link to the YouTube, instead of finding it themselves, Desk could also put this in the Discord, just as a little treat, if they get that a little treat. Just a sweet little treat. A little sweet treat.
I have donations to read. I'm ignoring you all and doing my job. Briefing these great minds of the Foundation. Gamer77, thank you for sending a promotion to the Site42 chat. I'm sure whoever got that donation appreciates it. Rosemary, thank you for donating a treat to the chat. I'm sure this is a wonderful treat for them. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again. Simply to donate again for the love of the game. We appreciate it. Dr. A. Mask, thank you for donating again to say, I burnt my pizza, now I'm sad. Anyway, my author wants to thank you as a trans person themselves. We need more folks like you. We're doing our best in these streets, Dr. A. Mask, and we will win. Because we are right. Intern Torres, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a chocolate donut on your way past the commissary. Hey, do reporting from the field today, studying anomalous mosquito swarms. Ooh, hate that for you. I hope you brought bug spray. T-Dubs, thank you for donating again to say, we won, Dr. Sherman. The Containment Hazard Assessment Team has come together with the goal of making you wear the donut, and we did it. Victory. Yeah, I can tell. Blue Phantom, thank you for donating again to say, evil smiley face, it is done. Yes, it is clearly done. Amber, thank you for sending sunshine on a cloudy day to the chat. I'm sure their day is filled with sunshine. Tyrone, thank you for sending, Dr. A. Mass, thank you for sending 4 stars to the chat. You have made them a 4-star team with another prestige rank. Let's see if they find a 5-star rating before stream ends in 12 minutes. I have to wear this fucking donut costume for 12 more minutes. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say the tree is screaming. At what? At how? What do you mean? Rosemary, thank you for sending a star to the chat. You now made the chat a 5-star team yet again. Congratulations, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You're so 5-star cool. Putting that on for later. Wait a minute. Ah, furries. Yes. Felix. Okay, I thought you were Felix, but you haven't been here a while, so I didn't want to say the wrong name. Felix, I do see that I missed a super chat for you. I'm looking for it now. Where is it? Dr. Sherman, Felix again. There's an ovine humanoid that has some black crown with a red eye. Claims to be the god of death. Can I use self-defense? Well, first of all, you should say to the god of death, not today. See if it just leaves you alone after that. It's usually pretty good about that. He hates us now. Oh, intern Rosemary, I've never hated you. I've always held you all in a careful balance of respect and contempt as my subordinates here at Site-42. And that has not changed. Desk, do not make this an Akinator picture. No!
But we love you.
I mean, it could be better than Jeff, at least. For some reason, one of my Akinator pictures is Jeff. This is closer to me than Jeff. But no! Bilfred, thank you for donating again to say. Hi, me again, Dr. Sherman. Can you do some more videos where we react to Lights Are Out? They always get a good laugh from me. I would love to, as part of my new content push into the new season. I would love to get some more recent shorts created. We're definitely going to have that as part of the plan. Gamer77, thank you for sending a star to the chat to reset them to a 1-star chat, but with a new prestige rank. I'm going to make an edit of this, lol. What context could this possibly have to a viewer who wasn't here in this stream? What is the donut costume edit going to contribute to the greater SCP Foundation lore and research? Dr. Sherman, if you guess the number I'm thinking of, I'm going to gift a membership to a random Site-42 intern. Is the random number you're thinking about intern Vidos? Is it Schwartintain? Rosemary, thank you for sending 3 stars to the chat to bring them up to a 4-star team. 1 star away from being a 5-star team. Quasi, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a donut on your way past the commissary. Hi-ho, Dr. Sherm, Quasi here. I was at the convention a while back, finally working on something again, but it'll be a while before it comes out. The conventions were fabulous, both in meeting content creators and other useful people to be part of the SCP family, as well as meeting fans of Site-42 as well as the greater SCP Foundation. Both conventions were splendiferous for that, and it's inspired a new wave of content, field missions, and interesting ideas for conventions. Desk, thank you for gifting a membership to the chat. Whoever got that promotion, thank Desk for their generosity. Intern Giggle, thank you for sending a star to the chat. You have now reset them to a 5-star team, finally. 5-star Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Dr. Sherman Akinator is asking if you're real. Do I say yes? Because technically Dr. Sherman is fiction, but author Sherman is. So, that is the hard question. I believe because I am present on YouTube, Akinator would consider me real. But because I exist on the lower pataphysical narrative level with the SCP community, I'm also not real to Akinator. So it kind of goes both ways, but I think airing toward YouTuber is the way to go, so airing towards real. How much to bring the donut costume to your next con? All of a sudden, I feel so old and sick and tired. Mamori, why did you put that in my head? It's so terrible. It hurts so much. Bring the donut. We will talk to that when the next convention comes up. We will talk about that when the next convention comes up. Dear Lord. Vidos, thank you for gifting a membership to the Site-42 staff. Whoever got that membership from intern Vidos, make sure to thank them for their generosity. 5 minutes remaining in stream. 5 minutes of this. Wait, how does gifting memberships work? Entered Yamada. The way gifting works is that if you have a funding card attached to your YouTube account, then you can send super chats, you can send gifts like those little stars, or you can gift memberships. Once you gift a membership, or 5 or 10 or however many memberships, they are randomly assigned to subscribers of the channel, and the randomness is weighted toward people who are more active on the channel, whether they watch, comment, talk in the chat. And so the more active you are on the channel, the more likely you are to receive a gifted membership. Are you a gamer, Dr. Sherman? Intern Journey of Games. I am, in fact, a player of video games. Typically, PlayStation console games. Not sponsored. That's just what I happen to play. You saw nothing except donut. How would the Foundation contain Evil Morty if they could? Evil Morty is still a child. Put the child in the box. Two minutes remaining in stream, chat. Get your last minute questions and jokes out. He is smarter than the smartest man in the universe, arguably. It is still a child. Put it in the box. If it's an empty box, there's nothing smart the child can do. Put the child in the box. Desk, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a donut at the commissary. Requesting Goofy movie song to make you feel better. Oh no, Desk, unfortunately I can't do that because I already have the song picked up. What did I miss? Why the outfit? No offense though. Intern sketchies. You're just gonna have to go back into the stream for context. I explained at the beginning during the sponsor segment, and then I explain more about 30 minutes before the end of stream. Meanwhile, I am at the end of stream, and so as I do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs, but I'm not going to tell you that my favorites are the ones I wrote. That'd be cheating. But you can go read my SCPs on the Sherm's author page in Site42 hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people ask about very often, but then when I clue them in where the links are, they aren't smart enough to get the clue, which is very sad for them, but not for you because you'll get the clue. And when you do, you'll also have the opportunity to become a Patreon patron or YouTube channel member of Site42 to support us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat and donate one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the easiest way to help out Site42, either to keep the lights on in general and make content, or to support our staff in our field missions. So we thank you for your service if you are able to donate. And if you are not, then we also understand starving artists. Trust me, we're an arts community. And you can still donate your time and effort to help us out as a member of Mobile Task Force Site42 coding the signal boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make memes, shitposts, edits, fan art, out of context compilations. You help us by spreading us in the algorithm, and you need to do the same for other SCP projects, such as SCP Wiki with its authors and artists, SCP filmmakers, game devs, animators, merch makers, podcasters, etc. We greatly thank you for your service when you assist us in growing the SCP community. And now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-08-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5015, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999, 304, 300, J, Spooky-J, 5031, 515, and content warning on the last one's a rough read. So, Site-42 staff, there's been another coffee break with Dr. Sherman, or I guess it's a donut break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. I hope you have fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. See you in the next video or stream. Goddamn, see you licking frosting from your own hands. Want another taste? I'm begging, yes, ma'am. Tired of all this candy on the dry land, dry land. Don't waste time with a masterpiece, don't waste time with a masterpiece. Huh! You should be rolling with me, you should be rolling with me. Ah, your real life fantasy, your real life fantasy. Huh! But you're moving so carefully, let's start living dangerously. Talk to me, baby. I'm going blind from this sweet, sweet craving. Whoa, let's lose our minds and go fucking crazy. I keep on hoping we'll eat cake by the ocean. Come on, walk for me, baby. I'll be Kondraki, you'll be Clef. Whoa, let's lose our minds and go fucking crazy. I keep on hoping we'll eat cake by the ocean. Come on! The credit song is Cake by the Ocean by DNCE. Be safe, be well, Site-42 staff. And as always, secure, contain, protect. See you in the next video or stream.